Hi, my name is Michelle, and this is Hélio Oiticica. He is considered to be one of the top leading Brazilian artists of the 21st century. He is known primarily for his contemporary art since the late 1950s, incorporating performative environments, participatory exhibitions, avant-garde films, and abstract paintings. Hélio Oiticica began his artistic career at the age of 18 in the mid-1950s with Grupo Frente, a constructivist collective that included important artists from all over the world. During this time period, Oiticica painted a series of two-dimensional shapes that suggested the possibility of leaving the paper, noting an intention to overcome the space of painting. Over time, Oiticica began exploring other mediums and wanted to advance his research on the color and shapes of art. Here, the artist creates spaces with yellow signs where the public can walk, interact with the composition, and individually create their own booths. It is understood that the interaction and the movement of people around the work is essential in order to make sense of the piece. In 1961, Oiticica created a model of his hunting dogs project. The artist worked with a new type of art form, environmental labyrinth structures known as penetrables. Created to be this monumental magic garden for intense aesthetic experiences, incorporating sand gardens and lounge areas for the appreciation of music, poetry, and theater. If it had ever been built, it would have measured 80 by 80 meters. Oiticica's best-known works are the parangoles, which began to be produced in the mid-1960s. The work is the result of his involvement with dance and music. Oiticica continued with his research around how colors relate to space. However, the artist now included the human body as a support in order to de-intellectualize his art. The fabric covers with vibrant colors are worn by residents and dancers of the Mangueira who interact with these objects and seek to liberate the color. Suprasensorial was a term coined by Oiticica about activating all the senses in order to promote the idea of individual freedom. The brutal military dictatorship in Brazil during the 60s and 70s had caused Oiticica to advocate the radical potential of hanging out rather than complying with society's demands. The name Tropicalia was coined by Oiticica. He used it for the title and artwork he first exhibited in Rio de Janeiro in 1967. The word was intended to play on stereotypes of Brazil as a tropical paradise. Later on, celebrated Brazilian musician Caetano Veloso titled his famous hit Tropicalia, and after he borrowed the title from Oiticica for his song, it began to be used to define the counterculture movement. Here are two visitors interacting with the Tropicalia exhibit in 1969. Tropicalia was designed to activate the senses of visitors and to stimulate feeling and expression. Visitors are invited to walk barefoot in the sand, watch TV, or relax. They can interact with the installation however they wish. Free expression and free thinking were encouraged. In 1970, Oiticica developed the work Nests, made at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. The work is an installation composed of several cabins that connect, conveying the idea of multiplicity and growth, as if they were developing cells. Oiticica created new works of art as a result of previous processes. This was the case of Penetraval Magic Square No. 5 Deluxe. The installation was created based on models developed in the 60s which could only be carried out in public places. Oiticica's idea was to offer the public a place of imaginative experiences where each person can create their own space based on the proposals of shapes and colors that the artist presented.